Are we live? Is it working? We're live! Yay! We're here. It's going just about okay. Hello everyone, welcome. We're about to kick off a little Q&A dev live stream while we play Mistlands. I'm joined by Grimcore today, and hopefully we're going to be joined by Raz Clark, famous YouTuber who's got addicted to Valheim, and obviously I've got Eric Can't Game with us today as well. Hello. Hello. So Eric Can't Game, you're a YouTuber as well. Like, if people don't know, cover Mistlands. You cover Valheim. You do some other games as well. So I'm going to put up your channel now and make sure it's pinned in our chat. And good morrow to you, Grim. How is it after the first day of hype of Mistlands?
It is. It is very weird. It took us this amount of time, and it's nice that people are happy. I'm glad that the people that we pushed out more than people expected. So that's good. I'm happy. I've been watching lots of React videos for the trailer. Been chatting to a lot of people. I've gotten lots of messages on Twitter.
Yeah,
which I normally don't get that many, but yeah, it's been good. It looks like people are thinking that it's totally fine. It's an okay update.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing update. Like, the trailer was, you know what, I might even start off with the trailer again, because to be fair, I was so excited about just getting on and cracking on. I didn't even watch the trailer a second time. I was just I was just like straight into the rest of the game. So I might do that now. Let's pull it up.
You know, everyone was on Iron was actually watching you there for a while.
Yeah, I know. I saw, and then they went.
But then they went because you brought up 3 boxes and like, let's show all the stuff, and they were like, okay.
I know. It's not for everyone. I do kind of wish I could have them same feels. Because I've seen some reactions, people like getting to the Mistlands for the first time on their ship, and it does. There is a little bit of me that wishes my channel wasn't so much based on guides and gameplay and news. But then again, I love spoilers. I've always loved spoilers. I've always loved stuff underneath and peaks and stuff. Like, it is just part of me as well. So yeah, it's replaced by that. So yeah. I figured. But I saw loads of tweets showing off streamers and stuff. So that was always good to see. I'm watching one now. Let's get the gameplay trailer on then. Watch it one more time. So yeah, it was pretty epic. The music for this is amazing. I'm going to turn it down a bit low so you guys can talk. So yeah, this was done by another company, Grim. Like, you got an outside bit of help with the gameplay trailer?
Yes, we usually talk to Bröderna Blom, the Brothers Bloom. I don't know what their company's called in English, actually. I just call them Bröderna Blom. Goodbye, Kansas. Help us out with that.
Right, okay. And so they just come along and, yeah, obviously just done a fantastic job. It's moody. The music's great. Really great.
Yeah, the good thing about, like, what I love about their trailers, especially when they do their in-game trailers that they have done, is their movement, how they move the camera so nicely. One of my favorite trailers that we had before, there's like there's this old song called Dea Saga that Dennis made for the second trailer we had out, or third trailer or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's all the movement they have in the cameras, like the slow movement,
panning shots, and
yes,
yeah,
they're really good at finding like the nice narrative shots and stuff like that. And also when you couple that with Dennis and how good he is as a musician, and the way that he knows how to make trailer music and how to hype it up. Yeah. So it's like when you come to the reveal of the Jarl that are flying, when you have one of the Vikings like standing on a bridge, and it just reveals like the openness, the beauty, and the 2 Jarls that are flying towards each other and everything. It's just like, oh my god. I get hyped by looking at that trailer.
I was pretty, so even though I didn't get to experience it like, you know, legit, it was still amazing when I come across the Verger dwarves. I wasn't expecting them at all.
Nice.
Are they the brigands or are they just separate? They're just Verge dwarves. They're
I don't that roadmap. I don't know what the brigands are. Well,
No.
I don't know who's at the company who's actually said anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's it. We're
stupid
calling that
update.
it, right? No one go on about the roadmap. It's look, you've had the brigands have been put into this now as well.
Yeah.
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
Get me off Fire Spark. Ugh. 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 Oh no, it's Kaizen. That's okay. Kaizen's all right, I think.
All right.
Anyway, I've got to loop it. That's what I should be doing. There we go. We'll loop it so it's on in the background a little bit. I'm just doing my socials as well because I'm poor and not had this sorted out. But there we go. I've tweeted now. Tagged you as well, and then I'll make sure everyone knows about it in stream. Eric Can't Game. Hello. Let's get a bit from you. Now, you've been doing a bit of Valheim, and obviously, what's about? Why do you like Valheim? What's going on with Valheim with you?
Well, I got into it because my friends were like, hey, we can play this game and it will run well enough on our crappy laptops at the time, and we can build our dream, like, farm commune together, and also, like, kill stuff, which sounded pretty cool at the time. So we did that for a little bit, and then they dropped off, I dropped off, completely forgot how to play the game, picked it up again, died about 5 times to like Nets and Greylings, and I've been loving it ever since.
Just been back on it.
Yeah.
And
then I decided to do Let's Plays of it because I think I'm funny. Well, sometimes other people think I'm funny, and it works.
As long as you think you're funny, that's the important thing I've learned over the years. So when do you upload? Come plug your channel. When do you upload?
So Wednesdays, Valheim goes up. We're doing Valheim Spice World, and we're following the adventures of Ingefar, or Ginge as she's known. She's currently in the end game, but that's a no spoilers, no PTB run. We'll be waiting until public test is done.
What's planned for the next update?
Into the mist, and then I do farm sims on the weekend, so like Stardew Valley and stuff.
Nice, nice. So you've obviously got lots of shorts going on. Go and give it a subscribe. I've got it pinned in the chat channel, everyone. And check out Eric Can't Game. And yeah, your trailer. Did someone get a bit of early access to Mistlands, did they?
Someone stayed up very late the night before getting all the previous footage and figuring out what the heck I wanted to do. And then one dived into Mistlands and took a lot of really short clips and smashed them together.
It does look good. I love your trailer. It's amazing. So go and check out Eric Can't Game. So Eric Can't Game's going to ask some questions of Grim today. We're going to give him the hard questions. We're going to get the real answers about Mistlands today. While we probably die repeatedly as we venture into Mistlands. Collab Infinity, what's planned for the next update? Go away, mate. You may have given me $5, mate, but honestly, come on now. We've just got the Mistlands. It's only been 1 day, and you're asking about the next update. Enjoy what we have, people. The next update, though, I'm sure will be just as epic, but don't expect it like next month or anything. Yeah, so...
You want to hear the current idea for Ashlands?
Oh, go on then. Go on, Grim. You tell us. Go on.
Me and Luma, we were talking yesterday, and we were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Because all the Vikings come, they raid, they kill everything, they plunder. Like before we had the Obliterator, we used to loot, throw all our garbage into the oceans and hope they disappeared. We cut down trees. Like we're horrible Vikings. Actually, we're not the good guys. So basically, Ashlands is a nice biome with lots of ash trees.
Right. So it's not lava and molten
No.
and surtlings everywhere and fire giants and volcanoes.
No. But as you go in and you just like, oh, what does this button do? I guess I'll press it, and then it goes kaboom. And Ashlands, the real Ashlands, comes forth. Everything explodes.
There we go, people. You heard it here first. Expect them ash trees to come very, very soon. Right, I'm going to grab all my gear. Well, I'm going to cheat, people. I know. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? You fire away, Eric. That's what you're going to just answer. Because I'm going to be dying a lot and screaming. So you ask Grim the questions you think people need to know.
Well, the question I need answered, and you've been avoiding this one every time I've asked you. Can we feed the skeletons? Tell me.
I don't know. Can you? I haven't tried it. I don't think they need any food at all.
I want to feed them.
But they haven't got stomachs, have they?
But they're my best friend.
Should we feed them? And what happens if you feed them?
I don't care.
They get, yeah, maybe they last longer. Maybe, cause I did spawn one in, fighting the boss last night. I'm not going to too many spoilers about some of the boss stuff, but I would say he didn't last a hot minute. So I know you get stronger. I know that you can summon more as you get stronger in your blood magic. Obviously, by the way, it is going to be quite spoilerific, this chat, people. So, like, if you really don't want spoilers about Mistlands, don't be watching. So the blood magic skill level, I put up, ramped up and stuff, and I summoned more. But I feel like maybe there's a room there for a little bit of, yeah, if you want to make it, there should be a way. Maybe you can bring one back to life. How about that? Is that a thing? Is like, we've got necromancy, but go to the next step. What if we can make like a bony girlfriend for ourselves or boyfriend? Like, we'll bring them back. Like, you know, get flesh on them, slap some Yimera flesh on them, bit of soft tissue.
Right.
Ooh, do like a Frankenstein kind of deal.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I have,
Yes.
I have boosted you, Erica. I don't know if you can boost your voice a little bit as well. I've in Discord I've boosted you about 150, but it's a little bit quiet.
What about now? Is that any better?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's it. It's because Grim's so overpowering with his manly, sexy voice.
Oh, sorry, should I do something on my end?
No, you're good. You're good. It's just you've got a naturally sexy voice. It's just it overtakes the conversation. Start thinking about going to sleep, and all these tingles just start hitting me in funny places.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Too
I'm
much
already maxed, I'm afraid.
right.
on
Calm
my
down.
end.
Right. You're on public testing, but how can I play VALHEIM Mistlands? Because I didn't patch anything. It's on PTB at the moment, so it will arrive. Any estimation, Grim? Like this year, I'm presuming the PTB is not going to go on for like a month, is it? Just in case people don't realise these kinds of things.
Okay, so a better question is, why do we have PTB?
Yeah.
And it's, we want to be able to pick up all the big bugs, so we don't have to push out patches and disrupt your dedicated servers and disrupt your mods or whatever you guys are using. So this is a safe environment for us to try to catch some things, get some feedback, do some balancing, and it's really like when we did what we did with Hearth and Home last year. When we didn't have a PTB, that was a bit difficult because we had to push some stuff that were really game breaking. But as you find them, like this week, I think it's something with fishes. It's not that much right now, but like at the end of the week or beginning of next week, probably there's been more people playing and they have caught something that internal tests haven't found. And we had friends and family tests as well. I invited Erica to she was my friend.
Yeah.
for the friends and family.
I was the +1.
Yes.
So yeah, it's going to be a couple weeks. It's going to be a couple weeks, people. It's not about to go live like tomorrow or maybe not even next week. It might even be the week after.
Yeah, it all depends on what we find or what people find. If there's anything, like if we feel it's safe enough to release, then obviously we're going to release.
Yeah. But so far, so good. Like, you feel like so far there's nothing. Like, you guys haven't really had too many game-breaking stuffs happen with any of your updates, really. Like I said, other than the first few early days.
Like we had back in the day, the World Eater bug,
Right.
Which wasn't a secret. But that was.
But it's
But
going
that
well.
was. We fixed that pretty quick, I think. We try to patch the game as much as we can as soon as we find bugs. In between, like we've done loads of patches up to Mistlands. Should be stable, but we can't be 100% certain. So PTB is a really good way. Just let it be in there until we find it all, because we want you to have a good experience.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and so obviously make sure you give feedback in the Discord, people. Join the PTB chat channel. And you should be able to access it that way.
Also, if you're adding feedback, by the way, we would love if it was a bit more constructive than Mistlands is too hard.
Right. You
Mistlands
really
is too difficult.
iron out
If you can
what
just
you
give
like.
me a scenario of where it's difficult or how, in which situation you find it difficult, it's much more easier. Also, if you get crashes, we can't really do anything if you just say, my game crash. It crashed when I start. It crash. It's like we can't really help you that much. We need more information.
Just a wee little bit. Just a little bit more
Yes.
info. Just a little bit more info. So you guys obviously watched everyone and stuff. You had a little bit of celebration afterwards. Like, is it a big relief to get out and done and dusted now? Now everyone's seen it?
I guess.
Yeah. Just like, it's just another day.
I mean, I was super tired today. I don't know if it was because we had a nice dinner last night. We watched lots of streams. The rest of the company got drunk.
Oh.
I went home early. I was watching some streams. I was hanging out on Team of Redbeard's stream a lot. I've been watching a lot of reaction videos, just seeing what people are trying to catch the general vibe right now.
Yeah.
Also, it's been like over a year since Hearth and Home,
Yeah.
which was our big update before, even though a lot of people might not think it's a big update. It was the biggest one in a year at least. But since then, it's been like, okay, work, work. Yeah, so it's nice to have it out and see that so many good or pleasant reactions.
Yeah, it's been positive, and we'll have to check the stats. I tried looking up the Steam player count, but I couldn't find the PTB on the website I was using. So we'll have to wait until the actual launch day. But yeah, don't worry, it's happening. It's gonna happen.
I was
220,000.
going to ask about that last night.
Yeah, it's hard. Have you got any data? Oh, no, you probably won't have data too much. It's too early. And PTBs don't count. They don't count. We'll wait.
Oh, wait. No, I do have data. Wait.
You do.
Smithy. Let me see. I'm just going to go into developers and scroll up because he sent something last night. Players right now,
Yeah.
26,000.
No, see, that's what it's been like all the time. You've couldn't have just
But
got
no,
up.
it doesn't say if it's the PTB or not.
No, that's not the PTB. That is definitely your just regular. Because
Probably.
you've been hovering about 24 to 26 for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Trust me, bro. Sources, trust me. The PTB will be much higher than that. It will be much higher. Okay. We are going to venture into Mistlands. We won't have to go far. I have got a portal set up, and we'll just walk around and we'll talk about some stuff, and Eric can pop up with some questions as well. Well, like I said, I just pretty much die because that's my.
By the way, have you covered the most important things about Mistlands? The new emotes?
No, I haven't. Go on, show me the motes. I don't care.
Have you
we're
seen?
getting a
But,
chat.
yeah, show me the motes. Go
Should
on.
we do the nice dance, perhaps?
Oh, look at this. Look
Slash
at
dance
this.
for nice dancing.
Look at this one.
This one, Christopher, when he pitched. Oh, the forces of Eikthyr is rallying. We're getting.
Right.
An event.
I thought that was the name of it. That's a pretty complicated emote name there.
Do you want to handle this, maybe?
Yeah, I suppose we will. There we go.
But the fun thing about that, it was like Christopher showing me a YouTube video of, I think this is some kind of Norwegian dance or something.
Right. Don't worry
that
about
he
it.
found.
I'm going to just use my godly powers that I've somehow accumulated.
All right.
There we
I
go.
thought it was gonna.
There you go. You wanted to get your stuff on, I know. We'll save it for the Mistlands.
This is I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, let's get Plains gear on, go into Mistlands, show people how you actually enter Mistlands, and then you say like, bring your best
We
gear.
could go in Plains gear, but
are you just killing them all now? It's just
I'm just saying it's going to be very tough considering my skill level. Have you seen my streams? You have seen my streams. You know, I had 5 in blocking after defeating Yagalov. I've killed every boss in the last 2 weeks, and that's all I've got.
Oh, I spent 3 hours streaming last night, and my skills with a brand new character were probably as good or better as your in-game post-Yagalov character.
Our skills were terrible. Like, we've been playing as a crew, though. So me and my rat bags, we did rush, and we ended up fighting bone mass for 3 hours, and other bosses for way longer than we should have with the most basic of stuff because we didn't prep enough. So we can go to Plains, but I feel like I'm gonna die straight away. If you want me in Plains, I'll go in Plains.
No, let's do it this way.
We'll see.
Let's be safe and
Yeah, we'll go in because then it doesn't become just us dying and killing shit. We can actually get some answers. I want answers, Grim. I want answers.
First of all, this dance is from Norway. I believe.
Right, it's a Norway
it's
dance.
Yep, and it's unbelievable. I'm waiting to see people do this in real life. That would be so fun to see that. And then we've got the majestic headbang. That's important to have.
It's not with a knife in your hand.
Yes.
You take one of them games, you know, where you put your hands on a table and like stab at the fingers. That's what it looks like. It's a new
What does
version.
it look like with this?
The knife head. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay,
This is great.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And this one is just gonna show this one as
Go
well.
on.
It's called /Despair, and this one I told specifically told Christopher to go and watch a movie. I don't know if he had watched it or not, but it's the ending. Or maybe it's not the ending, but it's somewhere in Planet of the Apes where he falls down on his knees.
Yeah, and you
and he
goddamn
says,
dirty apes.
Damn you all to hell.
Oh, that's a good one. What's that one called? Despair.
/Despair.
I'm gonna try it. I don't like emotes. I never use them, but I will try because that looks cool.
And also we've got the nice /Kneel as well.
Oh, that's a new one?
This is one of the new ones, yeah.
Any plans to make that like keyboard, you know, so we could just tap a key on the keyboard, or you?
Yeah, we have talked about that a lot. If we want to try to create some kind of wheel, which you press down and just like select one. Some that will be coming someday. I think it shouldn't. I'm saying it should be coming. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Don't get too excited. It might not.
Interesting.
Mm.
But until then, I do have a tips guide on how to keybind emotes and other things.
There you go.
Interesting.
Erica's
I'll go watch that one.
coming in clutch. Yep. Coming in clutch. So yeah, they're pretty good. And hello everyone, chat. If I've missed anything, apologies. I'm just getting settled still because I was a bit late setting up. I'll pop out the chat now as well. Right, let's step into the portal, into the breach once more. You got food?
Got food.
Food.
To be fair, I haven't got food.
Of course you haven't.
No, I've got. Well, I've eaten one thing. Let's go down. Let's go down. There is so much here. Like there is definitely mechanics that people are going to take a long time to get to really build. What I did like though was a few little items that you've added along the way. So like the Arbalista is something you can craft early. It's not a Mistlands item, is it?
Arbalist.
Yeah, because it's
a Mistlands item.
Is it? Because it's only made out of bones and something.
Yeah,
something
but
else.
it's made from the made in the Black Forge.
Oh no! You just took the jam out of my donut. I was like, oh good. They've thought a bit about a bit earlier progression and stuff. But all right, fine.
Nah.
No.
No.
Okay.
We don't think.
Okay.
We just do.
No, nothing new for anything else, guys. Just all Mistlands. All this time.
This is Mistlands.
It's just all Mistlands.
This is Mistlands.
Right. Raz is late. He's a wizard and arrives precisely where he means to, but he's doing his ARC stream. I think I gave him the wrong time. I might have told him 9 o'clock to be fair, which it is nearly 9 o'clock by the time we got started. So apologies everyone. Right, here we go. Perfect setting. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is good. Erica, I did realise what you was talking about with the wisps. You said you could craft something, but without a crafting bench, and it's the lights, right?
Correct.
It is, because these are the way to light stuff up. So if you have been a bit concerned about it's too much mist, obviously you've got your wisp again, which I haven't managed to craft on me for some reason, and you have got these lights that you can place down once you've collected the wisps.
I have a demister, by the way. I mean wisp light.
Do you? You want one?
Could I have one? No, I want one.
Okay, I'll make you one.
Because that's what you need to enter Mistlands.
You do, and it is.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen a few mean comments from people, but to be honest, I think people just forgot because Yagaluf has had no use for such a long time. It was a bit disappointing when you always defeated him and didn't really get something to make out of him. Like, do you know, like he got a good ability, ability's always been good, the fire and the ice and stuff, but it was maybe a little bit less, you know, as important. Like obviously it was for the next biome. So yeah, I think people just forgot, and they are excited. They do just want to get to the Mistlands, and I think it's good because then you get that classic reactions of people getting killed within seconds, or like, oh my god, I can't see in front of me. But it's quite moody. It's quite, yeah, it's nice. When did you come up with the idea? I know it's always been called the Mistlands. Had it always been planned to have this mist? What was the mechanic behind the light actually getting rid of the mist? Was that something else?
That was Richard coming up with doing something with the mist.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out if it's even possible. We actually, one of the cool things, like Richard is such an amazing programmer and designer that we had Unity people come over and look at some of the code and stuff. And for example, for the mist, they were impressed that we were able to
Leverage,
have so much particles and stuff,
and not break the game.
and yeah, and not have any lag.
It is good. It does remind me a bit of the I know they're quite a bit different, but the Teardown game, where it's got the same sort of, I feel, I guess, like that's what I can imagine it must be like messing around with them kind of mechanics and deep design and stuff. So it was always designed this way. It was going to be this edition. So what's the balance?
We played around with it a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
So the demist, so if you're spawning it with commands, it's called demister. So if you hear me say demister, I'm talking about the wisp lights, because that's what I've been saying. We've been calling it the demister for the entire production time. So, but the demister was the first time when we saw Richard had made it. It was actually balls that you threw out on the ground, more like flares,
right?
That would push away the stuff. But that felt really awkward because of the when you're trying to traverse stuff, you don't want to stop for a while, throw out a ball.
Yeah, be really precise about getting something on a cliff
Yes.
or on an edge or whatever.
Exactly. So then he tried out this thing and torches, and that's how we came up with this, or ended up with this. I guess it felt pretty natural.
Yeah, it's a good looking one. I mean, with the rest of the design as well, I've always liked the idea. To me, it felt like it was like exploring maybe like mountains of Japan with these like oversized bonsai trees. And
yeah, they came to life because I was I don't know, I think we posted that screenshot. I took I like taking these panoramic shots and gluing them all together and doing paint. So how I work, I do a lot of paint overs.
Yeah.
I take a screenshot and I just try to do paint overs just to try to keep the feel and so on.
Below us, people, below us.
Is that where it is? Okay. Oh, it's a
nice.
1 star.
It's a
Oh,
1
God.
star. Okay, kill it now. Did you know if you jump on the back of a Yal, it will shake you off?
Really?
Oh, good.
Yes.
I'm not about to try that.
You've got the capes. I don't.
Well, yeah. You better hope you don't get knocked off. So that's another interesting mechanic. Talk us through the changes. I know you did an interview with Rock Paper Shotgun, going over some of that stuff. But why the big change with knockback?
The knockback started with me trying to balance the boss at one stage.
Yeah.
And I felt like the boss should be able to knock you back so much more further, because you could stick to the boss. So before, with the old knockback, there was a threshold. Like if you go over the threshold, you would instantly stop. There would be no you'd just get to an halt and just stop, which I always felt was a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And
Here I go.
but then we just started to play around a little bit with the knockback, and it, obviously we need some more tweaks, but I feel like this is a good choice.
It's here to stay.
Sorry. I just watched my body just slide slowly off the cliff.
No matter how many videos I make going, devs must remove knockback, it's going to be here to stay.
It is. Maybe not that harsh on several things, but in Mistlands, I do feel there should be a heavy, hard knockback.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like you've got to get a feather thing as quickly as possible. You've got to get obviously the wisp light as well. Like it's tailor-made. You know, some biomes, like I've shown, you can kind of half-heart sort of fudge a lot of the biomes and bosses by wearing the worst gear, even if it takes you longer. But this one, no, you can't. Like, I will challenge anyone to complete this without wearing a cape or a demister. That will be.
Oh, I saw. There's a speedrunner called Nick Rockcliffe. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah,
he's a speedrunner and he does like try to find these cheesy tactics and everything. Without spoiling too much about the boss, it's I don't know how to do that.
Well, I've defeated the boss in 12 minutes using a cheese method. I did show it off in my video towards the end as well, to be honest.
That's something we've known. I saw your cheese method and I was like, yeah, we've known about that.
Yeah, it seemed too obvious. It seemed too obvious.
It's not that. But if you want to do it that way, then it's like, yeah, fine.
Yeah, you got no plans to patch it, or you gonna mess around?
I was talking to Andreas today about this, and I was like, do we just take that away? Because there was a purpose to having that
sort of little extra area. We won't. Again, we're not going to mention too much about what the boss looks like or what it is, but we can talk about the arena and stuff.
Can we?
Well,
because
no,
that's something very specific for Mistlands as well.
Yeah, I suppose so. All right, just the entrance. Just the entrance way is like a little safe area, say, and it can be abused if you go and watch my video. But you think that you might not bother?
I don't know. I'm going to have the talk.
Have the talk and see what happens. Yeah. Even though I have gone on record and saying I think the boss is just a little bit. It's not so much the boss is too hard. It is just that relentless attack from so many mobs single player. You don't get that time to really react or you know.
Oh, but you do though.
I'm
sure. Yeah. Yes, you do. There's I've been playing that boss for 2 months, and it's not as difficult. It's the stress moment of seeing that there's so many creatures, but you do have a lot of AoE capabilities even if you're not doing the mage part. You've got the gear, you've got the bile bombs.
No, but once it locks in, once it starts, it's really hard to get out of. Like if you mistime something, I guess that's the user error. But
we do have caps as well, so you can't get endless mobs.
Right. Okay. So you can't have them too much. It's not so much. It's just literally the amount of knockback they do when you're trying to hit them, and then say you've got 4 or 5 of them around you. It becomes like you locked. But that's like I said, I'm not the world's best player.
I'm going to argument against this because I saw that you were playing with the God mode.
Yeah. You'd be dead.
Bouncing you would be dead by that point. But also, I saw that you were getting the reason why you can't move is not because of the knockback. It's because of the stagger. So you've got so bad armor on you that you're getting staggered all the time, and your stamina is really low. So you're getting knocked back constantly because your stagger meter is not going back to normal, and you should be dead by that point if you're playing mage.
Right, I gotcha. Yeah. So that's the point. Is you'd have to adapt if you're going to do the boss fight using mage gear. You'd really have to work at it, being able to run around and keep range away from a lot of them mobs.
One of the things, like what I tend to do. Do we just spoil it now, or?
No, we did. No, we just said that, you know.
You've got a feather cape, and you got the stairs.
Yeah.
And I'm just floating back and forth and kiting her all the time.
That's it, and doing that one. I did see someone say they took 5 hours to defeat it. I then saw someone else say they took like 40 minutes. So there is a wealth of experience and like opinion there. I'm sure you guys will balance it out. Like I said, I'm not one to always be listening to, because like you say, I use cheats and I barely play the game. But definitely it was the coolest intro, and the design of the creature I really like. I thought it was good. I was expecting spiders, but that is better than a spider in my opinion, because spiders have been a bit overplayed now, I feel.
Yeah, but isn't it better with it, because we never wanted to put spiders in from the beginning,
right?
I think. But isn't this better? I genuinely like the designs of the creatures in Mistlands.
Yeah, they are cool. They're horrible. They're terrifying. They make you kind of go, ooh, yeah. What do you think, Erica, when you stepped into Mistlands?
Like you said, Jade, like every game has spiders.
Yeah.
You know, particularly like your RPG, MMORPG games. Like, there's always spiders.
Yeah, there is.
And it's just like, it's kind of boring.
It is.
What about you, chat?
But also,
If you've seen the ending or seen the boss already, what do you think about it so far? What's your hot take on it? I expected the creatures to be able to. I expected I'd be shooting them a lot more in the air, but then I saw the girl and I was like, oh, this is why they don't necessarily fly around too much. You've already got like an airborne sort of creature. What was the design with the girl? What inspired that?
We've talked a lot about eldritch horrors and Lovecraftian monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was basically how do we wanted it like a big balloon creature, but it was going to be like the mother of ticks somehow. But if you look really closely, and I've looked way too much at pictures of ticks, and they're so gross. Okay, so I've been doing lots of research. Did you know? Like, I hate ticks. I really hate ticks. Did you know that if you freeze a tick mother who is pregnant, if you just freeze her solid, she will still stay alive, and when she thaws after 6 years, she will just give birth to her babies. Males are not as strong. They will stay for like 4 to 5 years, and then they will die. But someone has gone in for these amounts of years and frozen them down, and then like, hey, are you still alive? Yes, you are. Okay, suck my blood. They're so horrible.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, and no, if you look closely at the Yal, she's got 6 legs. She's got drooping mandibles in front, so she is just a huge giant tick,
just
with a foghorn sound.
I love the sound. Yeah, what happened with that? Who put the green light for that, or was it just something they came up with? I'm just like, yeah.
No, that's Richard. He always wanted like this huge foghorn sounding thing coming through the mist. It was like, yes, it's Mistlands, it's fog. We need a foghorn. And then we just told Dennis to do it.
And that was it.
Just push it and push it a bit more. But then, yeah, at the end, it was. It is a cool creature.
The combination of like the magic, the spells, and a lot of the themes, it gives me kind of like a weird 80s vibe a little bit as well. Like a little bit of the music, a little bit of that. It's got that kind of vibe to it.
Absolutely, and I like the creature designs here in Mistlands. I think this is, like I've said it in interviews before, like this is probably the last chance, or Richard said, like this is the last chance we can do something different. And I think we did something different.
Because it might be a bit more traditional, what people think about Viking mythology in the next biomes or whatever.
I don't know. We also just want to try to get away from how
perception.
If you just look at, if you take one step back and look at what is going on, Odin cut off this branch a long time ago.
Right.
So it's not close to the Yggdrasil tree anymore. It's far out in space or somewhere. So the Vikings who come here should be progressing in a different way, and probably not turning out to be like Vikings in the end. They should be more like godlike creatures or humans or whatever.
Because they've had more challenges or different types of challenges.
Yes.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like this long. It's supposed to be your epic saga or your legend that the Vikings at home in Midgard would tell about.
Right. And that's the idea.
So we will see.
Let's venture.
So we're going to Space Vikings is next.
That's it. It's going to be completely Guardians of the Galaxy crossover.
Yes.
With everything else going on. Erica, you got any more questions for Grim? You shoot away.
What is your least favorite mob to deal with in the Mistlands, and why?
My least favorite, I think it's the Dvergr. They're fun, but I don't like dealing with them.
They sure can aim right. They've got pretty good aim. You can kite them and move around and avoid them, but yeah, I ran into a few that I didn't mean to piss off, but somehow I did. And maybe pissing in their water wasn't the right idea. But yeah, they definitely got good aim.
I have a story from Monty. She was playing. Sorry if I'm stealing this from you, Monty, but this is your story. But she told us about it, and it sounded so cool. She was running around like in these valleys, and it was thick dark mist, and it was like nighttime, and then the Seekers came out, but there was also a Dverger Rogue who came out, like a 2-star or something,
Right.
and just like went ham against these Seekers. And the first thing he says, like, hello, and then kicks the butt out of the Seekers, and then like, I'll see you around, and then he just runs off.
Oh my god, that's swoon worthy.
and she was like, he's my new hero.
Oh, you should never have come here, Fuelin. You're out of your territory, boy. Yeah, I was just blown up because I was just like, I wasn't expecting that at all. From all the things that we saw and thought of, you'd given clues and hints about maybe like there might be another trader, or not another trader, but some sort of NPC. But to have it being like, yeah, these guys are here, they're looking for the same stuff we are, ether by the looks of things, or the soft tissue. It was just, yeah, it's nice. It makes the world feel more lived when you've got proper NPCs running around sometimes.
I'll be going through a bit more in my part 2 about the lore and the story behind the Dverger and why they are here, because they're here for a specific reason, and why they can't get away from here, and also how they're attached to the Seekers and stuff like that, and what the role the Viking actually plays here in Mistlands.
Right.
It is interesting. It's just like maybe not everyone's gonna find it interesting.
I'm gonna pull up your channel as well, Robin. So Grimcore has got his own YouTube series. He just started up. Take a deeper look into development and what Mistlands meant for him. It's on nearly 10k views, the first part.
Yeah.
So you should go and watch it out. He's also working on his own private little game in his spare time, the God Queen. So you should go and check that out as well. And yeah, give him some feedback and listen to how he felt about the first part of Mistlands. And yeah, you said part 2's coming out when?
Oh, I'm redoing part 2.
Right.
It didn't feel like my side anymore, so I'm gonna have to redo it and do some retakes.
Right, fair enough, fair enough. That's cool. So Erica, what was your first reaction when you stepped into Mistlands? As a fresh player, not someone that used cheats like me, what was it like?
It was amazing. I am like, we'd seen the like teaser pictures and stuff with all of the landscape, so you expected that sort of that epic feeling, but having it all together and with like the music as well that has this really sort of wondrous quality. Oh, bye Robin, just sliding down there.
Oh no. It's like, where's your cloak now, son? Where's your cloak?
I've got legs, mister.
But yeah, no, it was really beautiful, and it provoked that real sense of somewhere completely unique, something different, a little bit eerie, but also just, yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It is
terrifying.
Pretty. Did you? Because I imagined the mist would like move more in waves, and you do get a few moments sometimes, even without any of the wisps, where there'll just be this little pocket where it won't be the mist. But have you toyed around with that? Has that been something you've been back and forth? Is it too much, too little? You know.
Oh, absolutely. But before I answer, could you guys just turn on visibility to other players?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Thank you.
Great.
Now I can see where Jade's run off to, and we can follow him.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just off. I'm like, I'm going for an adventure.
So in the beginning, it was just lots of mist everywhere.
Right.
It wasn't until pretty recently where we actually went in and no, okay, so there was in the beginning there was lots of mist everywhere. About halftime, we actually took away a lot of the mist and opened up bigger areas without mist. But then it was pretty recently where we thought that it was the main mechanic is like you shouldn't be able to see that much in here. It's called the Mistlands for a reason. And then we put in more mist again. Because you were not actually using the demister, you were not using the wisp torches at all.
Really, people would like in testing were just still being able to get through it and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it just felt like we need to put more mist in again. But there's absolutely huge areas actually where there's no mist at all.
Right. Okay.
So if you find like skeletons, this is also coming up in my my side talk as well, because a lot of the mist actually does come from the old Jotun skeletons and skulls. When their
Ooh.
skin is evaporating, it actually turns into this magical mist, which
Right.
also fuels the Yggdrasil roots as well.
So we're breathing
So
in a
for-
giant psoriasis, pretty much.
Yes,
Nice.
exactly.
That's so nice.
If you could only smell the mist.
Yeah, yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. Yeah, like this bit seems a bit more clear. I don't know, maybe it is because of the wisp, but I just felt like that was a good bit. I do like it. I do like it. There is Valheim is one of the prettiest games ever, like in my opinion. Like with atmosphere and the way. Oh my God, that is
Jesus
a level
Christ.
1 and a brute.
I'll take the.
Oh,
if you take
yeah.
if you guys, you've got good armor. You take. Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There are.
Oh,
I've got
Erica's
4 after me
gone.
now.
She's gone in one
I'm
go.
gone. Yeah.
Oh, oh, I've got my own problems. I love the fact, like I said to you, I'm so glad you separated magic from stamina a bit. Like, you know, I think I've seen that if you hold your stamina weapon, waiting for it to charge, but then switch to another one, it doesn't necessarily regenerate as quick or something. Or maybe that was just me. But I just love the fact, yeah, you're not punishing stamina usage. You created a new class. You really have created a new class.
Hopefully we have.
Oh
and
my
hopefully
God.
we will be able to create more subclasses in that in magic as well later down the line. Since we have blood magic and elemental magic, you can go and you can support your friends now with the protector staff. I mean, staff of protection used to be called protector. Felt a little bit like a hero name, protector.
Yeah, or type of condom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that one.
Same thing.
I'll tell Richard.
Yeah, tell him that. Say that. Oh my God, where's the where are you, Grim? Where are you?
I'm up the stairs.
Oh, well, you're not-
fighting seekers.
Right, I've got. Okay, I'm fighting my own. At least that was a cry for help. Oh my God, they're coming up the mountains.
I'm coming over to you.
Oh,
Gotta remember that
Oh
I
wait,
can't.
it's
fall.
burning over there, so I'm just gonna shoot some arrows, I guess.
Oh, boy.
let me away, please. Let me away.
One thing I really liked about the addition of the Dvergo in here is that because they're a neutral faction and we sort of like have these little conversations with them, it does make the world feel more alive, but also at the same time a little bit more, gives more emphasis to how far away from everything we are.
Yep.
And how truly messed up this place is, you know, that like these are one of the factions that live here and everything that's happened to them. And then you can go back and look at the Fulines and see the same thing, but they've slipped even further.
No, absolutely, and that's what I think. It's kind of fascinating that you think the same thing, because the Dverger are actually stuck here. They're just as much stuck here as we are, and we're just drifting through space on this this huge branch and piece of dirt, and they're stuck here because of the Seekers. They can't really get back.
So I don't think of it that deeply. I guess I never really have thought about it. I just always imagine, maybe because I'm not too clued up, it was just another realm, a forgotten realm, and you know, it's like purgatory. That's my association with Valheim. It's just purgatory.
Yeah, but okay, so back in the day, Odin, all the creatures and stuff in Valheim rose up to fight Odin. So Odin brought all his like god friends, Thor and everything. They had this huge battle, and they slew the Jotun, but in the end they were too powerful in Valheim, so he had to cut off this branch, this sick branch,
Right.
not to be able to deal with that. That's why you see Odin manifest an image of himself
Ooh,
sometimes.
that's
he can't
good,
really
chunky.
get to this.
Because I never knew all
He
that.
can't get to this place anymore. And that's why we get Munin here as well now. Yagluth was one of those keys who actually he was holding like this magical lock or somehow, keeping it all for himself, becoming this corrupted undead creature. Once you defeat Yagluth, you will then meet Munin, who's able to come to this world because of that. So we're unlocking more paths for the gods to come back.
Right. That is pretty deep. I like that. I love that. I've never known all that stuff. I guess I just never really looked into it as much.
Well, Yagluth was quite a feat to beat.
There we go. There's the Ras.
Oh,
Hello, son. Yeah, sorry, man. I think I've got the times right. I think I did tell you 9, but actually I meant 8. But how you doing? Joined by Russ Clark, everyone.
Hello.
Why don't you give us another question, Erica? And I'm going to start scrolling through chat, and I'll answer some questions from chat too.
Will we ever find out in game why the Dverga are here and what happened to them? Does that happen after we beat the Mistlands boss? Is it something that we'll find out going forward?
I don't know how many runestones got into the game here, because I haven't actually found a single runestone in Mistlands.
Nor have I.
So that's a good question. I don't know how much information there is out there, because the thing is, like, I have the information. I just
Yeah.
haven't. I don't know how much is connected out there in Mistlands just now. That's a good question. I don't know if you will be able to figure that out. We tend not to try to dump too much story and lore into the game. That's something we really wanted to do with Mistlands.
Yeah, keep it mysterious and keep it a little bit. People can make their own story around it a bit.
We were actually planning to put in Odin you would actually see Odin in his true form here somehow, somewhere. But that got cut. We just didn't have time to like in the 6th biome try to make a storyline somehow.
Raz, if you do want to join us, head through the portal, grab whatever gear you can find in them chests, and come through, mate. And we'll come back to you in a minute, in fact, and then we'll because then
same password.
Same password, yep. And then basically find us. It'd be fun to see your reaction of you trying to get to us now, because we're at one end.
Gear, though? Or are you just? What has he got?
There's a chest there. There's a good. If you look in the dark chests, there'll be some Mistland gear, or a bit of food, or some ingredients and stuff. If not, it'd be interesting to see what it's like.
About, at least.
Yeah, something like that. Find some stuff. We're going to go in here, I think, and
even better, you get to guide people who haven't played this yet how they can actually play this, because I don't know how to play.
Well, there we go.
That's what I thought we were going to do today.
Yeah.
But,
how to even launch it, because it's not by simply playing Valheim, is it? You've got to launch it.
It's the PTB. Yes, you have. Yes, you need to launch the PTB, and it's the password is.
Do you know how to launch it through PTB?
I don't.
No?
So you have to go to the library, Steam library, and right-click on Valheim. Go down to, is it beta? I think.
Yeah.
And then you just there'll be something you can type there. You just write. There's a password. I made backups. No spaces. Then there should become like this drop-down menu, I think, where you can choose the public test branch.
That's it.
And if you do that, you can press OK, and then you can start downloading it. Should be like 437 megs or something like that.
There you go.
And hey, look, tech support.
There we go. Valheim provides this for every single player. If you've got a problem, you @Grim on Twitter. He'll come and join your call, and he'll solve it for you. If we do it if we came in here wearing nothing but planes, we'd do nothing but die out, I promise you. And then I wouldn't get a chance to ask you all the questions I'm about to from chat.
You've been asking all the questions while we're fighting anyway.
Yeah,
and we died the first time.
That's
I called bullshit.
I've not died. You lot have. I've found that very challenging. I'm not going to lie. Very challenging to concentrate on two things at once. Will you continue to update the game after 1.0?
I hope that's still the plan.
That's still the plan.
We want to get the last two biomes done first, and then consider where we need to fill in the gaps. Obviously, oceans is one of those gaps. Mountains is still one of those pretty empty places. Recently, we have gone into making side grade armors for every biome, so that's something that's on my mind is making elite locations, making locations more valuable. Elite locations is something that's been on our minds for a long time. It's just all about like what would the resource be, what would the reward be for doing elite locations, like a really difficult place.
That would have like 2-star, 1-star creatures, like of the variants we've already got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That
Something
sounds
like
good.
that.
Yeah, like more like big.
Or-
Yeah, hard, like not just dungeons, but harder upper end game gear. So maybe something
Exactly.
you could even. The only problem I would see there is though, like how would it interact with the biomes that have already been explored? Would you be able to put it in biomes, or like, yeah, like would it be a case of finding just another biome, but this biome might be a forest, but it might now have this elite location in it.
What I would like to do, this is my idea of how this would work. In an elite location, you would get gems. In every weapon you create, you'd have a new crafting skill, and you'd have a % chance that you get a gem socket. So you make a weapon, and you can upgrade the weapon, you get the socket. And now when you do the elite locations for, say, Black Forest, you get a Black Forest kind of gem, or 3 different kind of gems in there, and you can just like socket your weapon or armor or something like that.
And give it ability.
And it would just help you boost your stuff for getting into the next biome or something like that.
Okay, but that's an idea that you're fleshing out still. It's not something to expect people in the next couple of months.
Wait, you didn't buy my idea.
I did buy it. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear your idea.
No, I do like it because, you know, as I said to you earlier, was like I like the idea of going back to some of the biomes and putting stuff in like the mountains and fleshing out a few bits, like you did with the swamp. By adding just the abomination, you made that like incredibly more fun and interesting. Hard, but interesting. Like it already made a difficult place. Now, like, oh my god, now I've got this amazing random event. So if stuff happens like with the mountains, you added the caves, added better reasons to go there. So I'm all down for retrograding sort of areas a little bit.
I think that's how we have to think about the experience as well, because this is still early access, and I still want to think of as Valheim as a game. Sorry. As if you came in the first time and played it. I want it to be like filled as much as possible, so it's a nice experience for the first player, but also for the player that is still playing the game.
It's been there every
there's
day.
some kind of replayability as well. I disconnected.
No.
Sure
do you hate
did.
me?
I didn't like your answer, so I was like, get out of here. Get out of here. Chat is asking, taming the hare would be awesome. Can we tame hares? Any ideas
No,
or plans?
we cannot.
No.
You have the chicken.
You got the chicken. We got the chickens, boys and girls, that you can get. I won't
I'm
spoil
currently
it here. I won't
fighting
spoil it.
I'm currently fighting for screaming goats. Okay, so
Screaming
please
goats.
help.
Is that going to
Please
be a
help me
little coffee stain crossover? Is it with Goat Simulator?
No, I didn't even think about that. But no, they just released Goat Simulator 3. I think.
Yeah, they'd buy that. Yeah, do it. Do a Goat Simulator
I got
crossover.
it for free.
Yeah. Oh, check you out.
Whoa.
What else we got here? Will be good. It would be good if you give the ballista on-off switch mechanic. Yeah, because you can't unload it. Once you've loaded it, that's it. You'd have to destroy it to stop it shooting you accidentally, right? So
Wait, what are we talking about?
someone wants to know if the ballista will have an on-off switch.
The ballista. I thought you
not
said
the
blister.
Blister,
blister.
sorry, ballista.
Well, what blister?
Blister. Come on, Erica. Me and you going here. We'll do it while we're waiting
Alright.
for him. Let's go.
Wait, what? This is the wrong password. Why is this the wrong password?
Caps. Small stuffs. Oh, I don't really want to go in here, Erica. I ain't gonna lie.
Ah!
Yeah.
That's scary. I need a different weapon for this, I think.
What the hell is that thing?
Hey! Did!
Oh my god.
You having fun there, Ross?
I'm running naked to you. I'm being chased by some giant lizard. Oh god. Oh, not good. What the hell is that? That's got pincers and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Having fun, Ross?
It was a bad move to do this naked. Oh my god.
I'll come get you.
I can't find a trader on a new map, even on creative. Report that issue in Discord. Join and play a support channel. I'm sure they'll have it there for you, bud, and you'll be able to get some help with that.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Are there any new Howder items? Yes, there are. We won't spoil it for people, but there are. So,
yes, there are.
but you've got to. So that's a new mechanic. That's Erica. You've covered a bit.
I will be. Yep.
That basically bosses now lock stuff that you can buy from traders. So before you used to just go to the trader and everything would be there, but now you've got to defeat bosses to get certain items like Yima flesh, etc. Right?
Yep.
How comes that was made, that decision?
Some items, like for the future as well, we want to have locked to certain biomes.
Right.
If you get the chicken too early,
You got OP
you were
food.
like, yeah, you got really OP food, and I was like, how do we do this in a good way? And then I don't remember who said it, but someone's like, why don't we just lock it behind Jagluth?
Oh, there
Can
you
do
go.
that?
I've just said no. I didn't spoil it for anyone, but Grim's just told everyone. The egg. You get the egg from Howder, everyone. There you
You
go.
get the egg from Haldor.
You get the egg. It's the minor spoiler to be fair. What come first, the spoiler or the egg?
Probably the egg.
Egg. Are you up there? I'm coming back up. I'm coming back up.
It's always going to be the egg, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to get into logistics of that one. Can you ask them when the full update is released? I don't know if they can say it now or anyone wants to know. I don't think they know yet either. They're still just taking
Full
feedback on
update
board.
will come when we know that all of the horrible bugs are out.
Yeah.
Squished.
That's good.
At the worst I can see it, it will be out before the end of this year, before Christmas. But you
But
never know.
how do you manage that? When does it get to a point where you go, right, enough bugs has been reported, we've fixed
God.
enough?
Oh god, Jade.
We
Hey,
have
help.
like the thing, because we took our time a lot of time after like access and actually squished a lot of the bugs, the big
Yeah.
bugs already. Then there's been
Oh.
loads of patches since Hearth and Home released, so we know that there's not big major bugs, but
Yeah.
there will be some bugs. Like one of them is like fishing. Oh, behind you!
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we? You need some food. I can give you some food.
I've got food. Yeah.
Okay, you've got food.
Yeah. I'm good.
Let's just.
Oh, look at this lovely black marble.
Oh, I haven't got the. Oh, I do. All right. So this.
So you two are together. Good.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Grim's got my back.
I've got a spare
Protecting the
whistle
bub.
on me for some reason.
I think I threw that one on you.
Oh, okay.
I just you can break this. I was kind of expecting the slime in these dungeons to be able to like harvest and do something with.
Alright.
He flew.
Just as
Oh, wait.
an aside, I thought
Oh.
it would be cool if we could.
Got a half
Yes,
sugar.
Wait.
Jesus. Oh,
I'm here.
Rafinda.
you are.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the level 2. Nah, man.
Level 2.
That's it. I'm gone.
oh, fuck this. Sorry, everyone.
Uh,
Oh, shit, I'm stuck in there.
See, this is why I decided not to have us all start out plane skier.
Oh, Jesus, it's in with me.
Rufinda, we've
Oh,
answered
geez.
quite a bit on the lore there, so I would say rewind the stream a little bit because we did just speak a lot, and I'm sure that answer's in there, man. They aren't bugs, they're seekers. Yes. Valheim Black Friday sale? Man, the game's cheap as chips. Best value in gaming. How cheap do you want it to be? Beeble Bum, hello, mate. Welcome.
I haven't got any stamina.
People,
Where are you guys?
we are in the dungeon.
Are there any buffs to make the staffs better?
Wait. Jade, do you have console commands up?
Yes.
Okay, this is a fun new thing that Jonathan has done. Put up console command and just type recall.
Oh, yeah. I did see that in the patch.
Oh,
Thank
hello.
you.
Oh,
Just teleported us.
Oh my god.
If you do recall and a specific name, you'll recall that player to you.
Oh.
Just
That's amazing. I won't be abusing that at all.
this will probably become a weapon in some kind of, or a staff for some modders. just to recall stuff.
Someone's asked. To be fair, I'm shielding. I'm not shielding. I'm not screening. I feel like some questions that I feel I have seen asked or answered a bunch of billion times. I'm not necessarily going to always ask, but I know that modding is something that they're not looking at right now. But you can never say never, right?
Yeah, because the big reason behind the modding thing is like we want to get to 1.0 first.
Yeah.
And do our vision and just do our thing first. And that's basically the big reason. The second reason is we're not a big company, so we can't really handle if we're breaking your mods and we have mod support, we have to look into why this is breaking that specific mod and stuff like that. And I don't think I think we would rather just push out content right now, our content.
Yeah.
And then after 1.0.
And that's fine. That's like every game going. There's only a few select ones that have introduced mods during early access, and I would say a lot of them games have maybe struggled for player base in the first place sometimes. So opening it up means more interest in the game. Can we see... Will the yellow building indicator for the hammer have its opacity lowered? Hard to see placement sometimes. Thanks. Okay, well, there you go. Something maybe Robin can relay back to Jonathan. Can wolves eat chicken meat? Test it and find out.
Yeah, try that. I haven't tried it out yet.
Not sure if the question has been asked, but if it's a summoning stone for the final boss already discoverable in PTO, or is there another way to find that boss? Is the summoning stone for the PT? Yes, you will be able to find. If you should find the Vega stones, just like normal inside some of the dungeons, right?
Yeah, the Vägvisor stones are located in the dungeons, and they will show you where the boss is.
Vegemite. Got to do it in Australian slash.
vegetable
I can't do
stones.
Kiwi. I feel Kiwi's always a little bit higher for me. Bit too high. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's just a little bit too high. So you got to go like that, mate, and then it's like, oh, I don't know, wreck off. No,
Jade, stop.
no,
Stop.
it's not the one. Did you not
I've got
feel?
2 Kiwis in here with you.
Did you not feel like you were at home there, Erica?
Oh, it's so at home.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
I thought so too. Can we build?
Real thing.
This is a good one. This is a good one. Corey Tucker, can we build the diverge around door? I was sad to not see that in the buildables.
I'm disconnecting all the time.
Oh no! Don't do that.
It's my bad connection here at home.
No.
I thought you were getting better connection. Has that not happened yet?
That's not really happened just yet.
Oh no.
And the snow has fallen, so I'm not
Oh.
really optimistic that I'm getting fiber connection just this year.
Don't skip the question, boy. Are we getting
What was
round
the question?
doors? Are we getting diverge around doors?
What was the reasoning?
Because they're cool as fuck. They do look quite large though compared to everything else.
I can't say
doesn't
if we are or not.
Oh, not.
I don't think I can answer that question. I don't remember what they. I wasn't in on that discussion on which build pieces to keep or not.
Matthew, you've said that already, and I've given you the answer. Go and join the Discord and put your support ticket there, mate. We're not talking about bugs or anything in this stream. We're asking questions about the Mistlands and stuff like that. If you've got a problem, that's the best place for you, my friend, to go and raise the player support ticket or ask in the official Valheim Discord.
Why is it, Jade?
Yes, go on,
I
Ross.
think it's good to explain that. Why is it worth them like reporting the bugs through?
Because then it will get fixed and everyone else will live happy lives knowing that
Simple
Yeah,
as
you
that.
because if
contributed.
we get those bugs in, we have our expert QA, which is Andreas, and he takes a look at that and he documents it, he checks it out, make sure that it's working. We have lots of players, lots of people actually
Exactly.
checking that out.
Yeah,
And if I would answer this, I'd probably forget it for tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm
Exactly.
afraid.
And but if the same people are reporting the same bugs and there's countless, those being posted, then there's obviously a big issue
Yes,
to look
exactly.
into, and it hits that priority. Whereas
Yeah, I just
doing
didn't
it
want
any
to
other
take
way.
up 5 minutes of the stream talking about it, to be honest.
I'm trying to chip in with stuff I can talk about.
Well, Raz, you just ran into
Sorry.
it for the first time. What did you
I
think?
did. I love it. It's definitely a vertically challenged map, isn't it? You've got to keep your wits about you and get your parkour skills on point. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some big, dirty, dangerous enemies to encounter that I'm quite scared of at the moment, and fearing for my life, running away from. It's dark, it's grim, it's a bit spooky. I look forward to investing some time into actually understanding what lurks behind the mist.
What likes in the shadows?
you
Erica,
go.
you got any more questions for Grim? You shoot away.
I think we're pretty much all asking the same questions that I had in my brain anyway.
Yeah.
But are you sick of Mistlands yet after playing it for so long?
2 weeks ago, I was sick. I was sick 2 weeks ago, but I was also just sick of Mistlands because I've been for 2 months straight been just playing Mistlands, making sure that it's pretty balanced, and the way we try to balance things, or the way that my philosophy around balancing stuff is better to overtune or undertune something, because it's easier to dial it in. But also, it's just been like I've been playing, doing the progression. The progression has changed a bunch of times. Which weapons do we have in the Black Forge in the beginning? At one point, you got everything unlocked really, really quick, and it was like, yeah, Mistlands is over in like 5 hours. Just changing the progression a little bit. Now you get the certain weapons in a certain order. But yeah, it's been. And also just seeing the salt, because I don't read love, I read hate. Tend to do that way too much. But it's been like reading like, when's Mistlands coming out, and all the negativity, and I'm like, yeah, we're doing it. I'm trying to do it. We're all working hard, but it's good to have it out.
Yeah.
I was
it's
sick
done.
to my stomach of Mistlands. It's going to be nice starting on Ashlands.
Yeah. Be a hotter climate, we're presuming, and all their mash trees and everything else. Raz, here you go. Have a bow for your ranged attacks as well if you want.
Thank you very much.
There you go. And have one more meal as well. Right, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Right. Should we have one more adventure into the Mistland? Should we run over and see what we can do while we answer a couple
Is the
of
mist in
questions?
the Mistlands going to be as performance impacting as the smoke from fires? No, they're not. No, they're not going to be as performance impacting. I was telling Jade earlier that we had Unity guys over saying that we had that
Done a great
Richard
job.
had programmed done a really, really good job on the mist, because they were baffled that it even worked at that performance rate that it was. And that these are people working at Unity, which is the game engine.
So there you go, people. I mean, to me, Valheim runs well, but I know,
Yeah, it really does.
there's always a plethora of people's machines that aren't going to be maybe 100% great with it. Time moves on and stuff. But to me, Valheim's, I haven't seen too many people complain about the performance stuff. People Bomb, I simply love the ambience and SFX of Mistlands. Amazing sound choices.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was. We were saying earlier, it sounds like an 80s epic thing. Can we get more options for round log? Maybe a floor plate or something. A floor plate.
What?
Round log. Maybe get more options for round log. Or round log.
Round
maybe.
log.
I don't know. Or maybe a floor plate for something.
Oh, what the?
Any options for having a creative mode or no stam? Yeah, the Gilded, I think they've said they're going to add, maybe towards the end 1.0, they might look at stuff like that to have different game modes or different ways to play. So otherwise, you got cheats for now, and you can use them. Chicky Rocker says, not a question, but I just want to say how much I love the ATA armor. Best looking armor in the game so far.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
It was
It is nice.
Lisa and me did a collaboration on that one. It was purple at one point.
Purple?
It's been Yeah, it was purple in the beginning.
I guess to match the color, or was that another
Yeah,
color?
so-
The,
No, it was,
the-
I just felt like we did it purple first because it felt like it was really different from everything else. But then we went for a strong red. Oh, you guys are just flying out. That's
I'm doing it on purpose just to show
Oh,
you
no.
the folly of you
Oh.
not bringing a cape with you.
Oh my god.
Make
This
him
is...
a cape, Jade.
Do you want, you want a
I'm
cape?
stubborn. I'm swimming.
You're swimming. Aw.
Do you want to take care of these this tick here, Raz? Go on,
I was
son.
just saying,
Hold on.
there's a ball
I'm
back
bringing
looking at
over a
me.
friend.
Is there a specific button to get rid of the ticks?
He's got it.
Like, is there a shake? Is there like a kick? Because I don't know what it is. I've been just
Dude.
smashing all the buttons.
No, you just dodge roll.
Just dodge roll. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were
Or
these,
AoE attacks work pretty good also.
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
these influenced by Half-Life? I've got it. Like they give me the similar vibes. These ticks.
No, actually, no. When I
No?
was designing the concept art for these for the Yal that fly, it was basically a big balloon with
Yeah.
two dark
Ooh.
eyes. Oh, we've got. Let's run
Ooh,
up.
yeah.
Let's run up. Let's go up. Oh, you've got a Yal up here.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what-
This is not.
Yeah, right.
This
I
is
was
not.
looking at another creature
is not
down
better.
below.
Ow.
Oh,
Ow.
I found
Oh,
a crate.
it's on top of me.
That's what he said.
Oh, oh no, it's in me.
Right.
That's what he said.
Oh my god, it's all over me. I need to move.
I haven't got any magic
Wait,
food.
We have added weak points to big creatures in Valheim now, by the way.
Yeah.
Weak points.
Yes, which is cool.
Good, awesome, yeah.
So what? This
So we
guy,
Noticed
I,
that with the soldiers as well.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Is that retroactive for a lot of the other creatures, or just so far Mistlands
Yeah,
only?
trolls have weak spots in their heads.
Ooh,
Cool.
ooh, nice, nice, nice.
But we didn't want to make it too gamey and too obvious. We didn't want it to be like a big orange pointer or something like that. Raz is down. What did you...
Oh, you killed it! Oh, you killed it! Well done, people. Is there a new boat with Mistlands? No, I don't
No.
think.
That's amazing.
You're not gonna have like an update next week where you add maybe 10 new things, are you?
Interesting.
Oh, right. Oh, so I just assumed that would be it because Grounded do that quite a lot. They'll have the PTB up and then yeah, about halfway through they add a bunch more stuff.
No, we won't be adding anything
Right.
else.
That's it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what more do you want, people? What more do you want?
Hey,
I guess the idea would be though, what kind of boat would it be? Like, do we need another boat?
I think we need some kind of boat where you transport your loxes and animals.
Yeah, like a barge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
It's maybe like really slow, but
yeah,
job
big
done.
enough. Something you can
And it
build a
would be
base
cool
on.
to have now that we have turrets, would be cool to be able to mount your turret on a boat as well.
oh yeah.
Taking
That would
on
be nice.
some sea serpents with that. That would
Yeah.
be.
But
that'd be
then
a
we
bit-
need to put some stuff back into the ocean as well.
Right, yeah. Oh, so oh look, I think that's a tease there, people, for the ocean update eventually.
Definitely coming up next week.
Yeah.
Ocean biome. Yeah.
Yeah, with the full set. of
100%
scale on
confirmed. Containing sea mates, mermaids, killer
Sea mates.
mermaids. Let's have killer mermaids.
Yep.
there. Yes.
And Ogre pirates.
Yes. Love it. This is great. We could make this game, Jade.
See, this is why I can tell when someone's maybe not paying attention, because the same dude's been asking about Trader. He's just asked his like fourth or fifth question. I told you a billion
What-
times, bro.
What was the question?
No, forget him. I've told him what to do. Go and report his problem, and if he's not paying attention, he can jog on, mate. That's it. I'm harsh. I'm harsh. Don't mess with me, people. Don't mess with me. Don't waste my time. We've got value time here with Grim. Gonna
It's
sit there
certainly
when you've
just-
had the answer just to start replying again and again. Get out of here.
it certainly does feel like a huge step up from
Oh,
the
look at
previous
that.
biomes. Like,
It is a
majorly,
huge
yeah,
step.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
It definitely, like, compared to the plains is nice. Like, it's got a really nice vibe.
Depends on res.
I've always wanted to build in the plains and have a base there properly, because I like the atmosphere of the plains probably the most, because I guess it is just a bit more nicer than the swamps. Although I do like the meadows as well. I do. But yeah, this feels like much more It's just got more like decoration. It's got more like foliage. It's just like everything's just more.
But with this introduction, is there a quicker progression to this now, or are people expected to, to grind, to have that level of progression as they had before?
No, there's no, you can't shortcut. There are some sequence breaks that you can do, but there's nothing that we are like, okay, so you want to skip to Mistlands, take this portal. There is nothing like that in the pipes at all.
No. You definitely, like I said, there might be some speedrunners that will find ways, but by looks of things, most people will need to have defeated Jagaluf to use the item. But that's the same way it's always gone. I think that's the thing that I saw comments getting exasperated with, because that is the way progression's gone in Valheim. But I guess in other updates, it hasn't felt as immediate, maybe. Like, you could still run around and explore that biome, get killed a few times, nick a few resources, come back to your base. Whereas this one, you could try, but it's going to be certainly tougher than any of the others. But
we have tried to look at how to lock items, because at one point you could actually, I don't know if it was pre-early access or just after, but we had like mountains spawn really close to the start temple where you start.
Yeah.
So you'd have like wolves coming down, and you could kill those wolves, get the wolf fang, make a really simple wolf's the fang spear, and that would be your best weapon for meadows, for black forest, for swamps as well. But then we try to find some good ways to lock those items as well. So most of the things that you find in Mistlands are going to be locked
behind the
just like but you could, like, there's a lot of people just taking a stag breaker, going up to mountains and just hitting the ground looking for some
silver
numbers to pop up, and then that means you found silver beneath you because it's too hard. Then you could just dig down and try to get it.
I'm just over here going like, let's go for adventure. You lot are just here having a dance off.
I'm admiring the purple sky.
I love it. There's new emotes. It's great.
John, you crack on with your short question, mate. Do we get to have some new mounts at some point? I know you're sick of some of these questions. You must be, because you've asked.
No, we haven't considered mounts that much right now. We just wanted to create the Mistlands, and we'll see what happens for Ashlands. If it makes like everything else, it has to make a little bit of sense. Like the locks did make sense to make a mount out of, because it's easy to ride in plains. You can basically ride it in meadows and the other places, but that would be like putting in flying mounts here in Mistlands. But I don't believe in flying mounts.
So I thought I
think it breaks the game too much if you can fly around.
From your teases, I did feel like we would use I thought what was going to be moths to maybe glide around, but clearly that.
I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's so wrong.
Is it fun now watching everyone's videos, like Christy and mine, and people speculating about stuff and going, nah, you dickheads. Look, see.
No, it is fun, because I saw some reactions on the trailer yesterday, or today, I mean, and there were some people like, oh, look, it's a rune door there. Maybe you have to unlock it with some puzzles. And I was like, oh, that would have been cool.
No, it's not it's not that complicated though. Any plans for transmog for those unfamiliar? Yeah, we know. I think we know what transmog means, but yeah, go on.
No transmog. Upper management does not believe in transmog. It's like the armor that you wear is what it looks like, and it's there for a reason.
There we go. You heard it here, folks. We'll be able to tie our carts to our locks mounts.
No, it's too small.
Too small. There you go. What about a new cart then?
Yeah, you've already got the model for it in the expedition. What's your excuse now, buddy?
Yeah, someone said that. They said, "Oh yeah, there's a new cart." I'm like, I don't think there is.
It's
I
not
didn't
a new
see
cart.
one.
That's the same cart that's out in Haldor's.
Let's go. Let's go and check this out. Come on, guys. Let's go and jump. Do you want a cloak to mess around with, Grim? Have you got one? Do you want one? Go on, take it. Just take it. Join the cheating club. Join the cheating club.
All right, bloody.
It's the best feature. Honestly, it's so cool gliding. Once you get your stamina up and you realise, oh, it's a game changer. It's just amazing.
So when Grim was flying earlier, that wasn't a cloak.
No, that was just me lagging. Don't worry.
That was hacks.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you picked that up, Raz,
No,
or Grim.
Raz took it.
Raz, give him
What's
his
up?
cloak. John,
No. Oh no. Did you get it?
Yep, got it.
why? If I started out, you want because mods can spend that time. So a boring one. I don't really want to ask about like comparing games to mods because I find it really pretty rude, really, when you've
Yeah.
got the game developer here talking about other stuff. But basically, why is there not maybe more angles that you can place stuff in Valheim?
It's because of the build system and
Right.
how we want you to think about.
Building.
Or what do you mean with angles?
Well, so
by the way?
he's saying about the Valheim mod plus mods where you can build at any angle. Like, why isn't that a thing in
Oh,
Valheim?
no, we think it looks silly for you to put a wall. Okay, so in other survival games, you'll build box houses. I've seen so many box houses survival games. It's just super silly.
Yep.
With flat roofs, and I know a lot of people are calling for flat roofs, but nah, there's not going to be flat roofs. We don't like the idea that you can just there is a system of what's it called? I always keep forgetting the integrity when you're building in Valheim, and if you can just rotate in any angle,
Breaks that
basically just
immersion
looks
a bit.
silly.
Yeah.
And Richard is a huge architect buff, and you'll have to convince him.
There you go. So it's about the design of the game from the creator not wanting that.
Yes.
Homan, you should ask the developer if they have any plans for nerfing the fifth boss. It almost feels impossible to kill after Home and Earth update.
You should try the sixth boss.
Yeah, no, trust me. From someone, me and Raz have been streaming, taking on the bosses. We hadn't played Valheim in a while. Raz hadn't played it. I hadn't played it for like 6 months.
Brand new experience to me. Yeah.
And we did the bosses in the most crap gear going, with our levels and skills being terrible. About 6-7 of us, and we did it. It took some hours. It did it. It's doable. I don't think the fifth boss is probably that hard. Actually, thinking about all the bosses, yeah, the sixth boss you're gonna have fun with. You will have lots of fun with the sixth boss for sure. For sure. Let's head back over.
Also, it's not really up to me. I'm not the decider, but if it was up to me, I don't think I would. From here on out, the biomes would get more and more, much more difficult. I don't see that every single player should be able to complete Valheim. But that's just me. That's not my decision to make. But if it was up to me, only the really good players would beat Valheim, or the number of players would beat Valheim, just because your numbers would beat bosses.
Well, not to insult you, but it's the Metroidvania principle, isn't it? That
Yes.
You need X gear to do X.
See, I disagree. I like games for everyone. Like, yeah, they can be hard and stuff. They can be challenging. They can be something you've got to learn and adapt and improve on. But I don't like a game to be obtuse. Do you know what I mean? If you go past that tipping point, and you're ruining a lot of enjoyment from the rest of the game. I don't know. I feel there's a balance there.
It does say brutal survival game.
Yeah.
Brutal survival games shouldn't be for everyone. That's what I think.
I think as well because some of the mechanics are pretty light in survival. If you people do want to come to me at any point, I'm fighting a very monstrous creature right now.
We were just having a talk
you
up here about.
Come down and come help me. But yeah, like I said, I expect stuff to be hard, and I know you guys love a bit of Dark Souls. You love the sadism.
I think I'm the only one who loves Dark Souls.
Really? I thought the boys liked them as well.
No.
But yes, I kind of feel like you're right. You said earlier about not having bullet sponges or bigger health pools and creatures. I agree. It shouldn't be difficult just because you've artificially made something difficult. There should be more mobs or new mechanics you've got to learn. That's what I prefer.
Yeah, because if you think that HP of a boss or the regeneration of a boss is difficulty, then you're mistaken, because that's just tediousness.
Tactics is what determines the difficulty of a boss.
Yeah, for sure.
Jade, you grew up in the era, like Mega Drive games, where you lost all your lives. You was back to the start, no saves.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Start again.
No,
we've
because
talked about this too.
well, so in defense, there's too much choice now. back in the day, you had to play them games over and over again because there wasn't much else going on. So, but now you play games on your mobile. You've got 3 different consoles. We've never had it so good in what you want to play, how you want to play. So there isn't time for niches. There is that niche that it can be super hard and difficult. But
I think I'm getting all my, when I'm doing God Queen right now, it's basically a roguelite. Start from the beginning, get some bonuses or whatever. But I just feel like that's what I need in my life. This is a difficult game.
See, roguelite's different. When a game is labelled roguelite, you know it's a roguelite. That I expect to be challenging and hard and something only a demographic of people will enjoy. But I feel like with Valheim, I said this before, you can't go too hard because you've gained such a big fan base now. It would be detrimental.
I don't know.
Is it off the back of how hard it is, though?
Because I actually think like making it more difficult will make better skilled players out of our community.
Yeah, but not everyone cares. Like, people just want to come and just live the Viking fantasy a bit and build and have fun. And...
Absolutely, and then that's where we have cheats, and that's when we might have creative mode down the line. Game modes, or I think like the experience of Valheim, in my opinion, this is not Iron Gate speaking. This is Robin Grimcore saying that I don't believe that everyone should be able to beat the game if you're not skilled enough. This is a story about Vikings trying to prove themselves. It's not it's not like everyone gets to win. in my mind.
Yeah, true. I think about Ark and the amount of prep you have to do to beat the bosses in that game, taming 20 creatures to bring with you and shit. Yeah, it's not for everyone either, and a lot of people don't. But then you look at the stats for some of these games and like no one completes them. Like no one completes the vast majority of survival games. But that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, go on about that forever.
Body retrieval is an entire art form itself, so multiplayer is almost mandatory, lol, Michael York says. Yeah, in a way, again, that's the other thing. Most games are easier when you add more players. They are. So I don't think it's that wrong to say, yeah, you know, find more players to make the game easier. But you've made that capability pretty good. 10-player co-op is pretty good. Servers is there. There's different ways you can play with others.
It's a long way down.
Well, I'm going to go with you, Eric.
Hi. Oh, hello. You didn't quite land on my head.
That would be rude.
No, there's no global release date, John. As I said a couple of times, just to let everyone know that's joining now as well. When they're ready, they're ready. They're probably going to have an update next week to address a few things with Fish and a few other bits and bobs. But no, I don't think they're going to go live. My hypothesis was you'd probably go live on like the Game Awards day, which is a week away. But no, 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks away. I know. We won't get on that one. But just because, you know, the timing. But by sounds of it, no, I think like you guys are just doing your own thing. It's ready when it's ready.
You know, something that has been very clear in my mind for this year has been your predictions about Mistlands.
Yeah.
And the dates. And if I just recall back, it's been like, oh, we'll probably see Mistlands in May. Oh, we'll probably see Mistlands in June. Oh, no, they will have the break, and then it'll probably in August. No, it's looking to be September. It might be October.
What do you want me to do? I'm trying to keep the player base happy. I'm trying to give them something to hope for when there was no hope. But
it's quite a refreshing thing to see as well about how open, about how relaxed you guys are with the development of it. You know, and it's done when it's done.
I think we have to do it that way, because I don't believe anything creative and good will come out of having really strict hard deadlines. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen anything come out of something good out of like having such a strict hard deadline. Because like I'd rather see other game companies get so much shit for pushing back a release like 3 months. And I know like 3 months you're gonna get some things done, but you would want to have like 6 months actually to get all of the things that you actually wanted to give your players that actually love the game. Wouldn't you rather let them develop it for 6 more months to get like really good quality out of the game instead of just like, I want to play now. There's tons of lots of good games out there that you can play in the meantime.
I guess the only this is the first time I'm seeing the fragments. I've been telling people they're in here, but I didn't realise this is what to look out for.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good. Did I pick it up? Or have I just destroyed it? There it is. There is. There is. There is. It's a balance, though. It is a balance because they're not live service games.
I don't think it is a balance. I think it's either or not.
Well, in the minds of the average early access player, that has early access been around a few years now, and the template or blueprint has gone for a lot of them games. Regular updates, broken, whatever, not big updates, maybe sometimes not that great updates, but regular updates. So I have seen why some people have felt like that should be the norm. But then we have started to see more and more games like games that are releasing stuff in big chunks. So Project Zomboid, they go ages without an update, and then they release big stuff. 7 Days to Die have reverted to one update a year, effectively. It's become more and more a little bit more normal for that to happen. But there is that contingent that are just used to it. You're right. Everything you said is right, and I've been happy to wait. But I can see why people are programmed into thinking updates should come quicker. I can. It's just one of them things. It's about.
I do believe, like I've said so many times before, if Mistlands was done earlier, obviously we would have released it earlier.
Yeah.
But
yeah. You haven't sat on anything or anything for on stupid reasons. So the Ashlands then, what can we expect? Because I think you said that you're probably gonna maybe be a bit more open, or is that too much for me to say? Like, are you going to show more stuff as you go with the next update, or is it going to be similar to how we've had it?
I'm not sure how we're going to do it just now, but we have been reading like lots of comments. A lot of people are thankful for not spoiling stuff, and lots of people want to be spoiled and want to see the progress and want to see everything.
Teasers.
So I think it's just going to be able to have to find a good way to I don't know, to walk those streets and see where we end up.
Yeah.
We want to be more transparent.
But you don't also want to set you up for a fall. If you do show stuff off and then you decide to change it, it causes issues.
Like I'd like to show you all the things that didn't make it into Mistlands because it was too far out there and stuff like that. But it's also like, yeah, but put that in then. But no, we can't because because then you get people complaining about that as well, and it's I don't know.
It opens up too much can of worms. It does.
Yes,
it does. Them things are better off. Like Grounded's had that as well, and I'm to blame for some of that because I did show off hard some of the cut content that I assumed would be coming in 1.0 because it was in a dev world that they had, and the dev world could be like freely accessed sometimes, or in the past it was, and then we just kept seeing shots and leaks from some of this stuff, and they left stuff in the code, and basically it turns out like 80% of stuff in that dev world didn't make it to 1.0. Doesn't mean it might not come, but they've pretty strongly said a lot of that stuff will never come because we just didn't like it. It just wasn't fun. It just didn't really fit with Grounded, what we felt. I'm going to finish off quickly because I don't want to keep you too long, Grim. Just saying the magic system is probably actually becoming my favourite new thing. I love the system. At first I was a bit like, oh God, I've got to make all this ether. I've got to grind for part, bring it back, but now I'm getting to the point where like, yeah, no, I'm feeling this. I want to become a powerful mage. I'm down for doing it and getting, and it tallies up with everything else where you've got to refine stuff. It's just not it's something different. But I like the method. I like the steampunkness a bit of it and the mechanical nature and stuff. What about you, Erica? What's your favourite part of Mistlands?
Well, I think what you're saying about the mages too is that it's something that you don't have to pursue. Like none of that is necessary to beat the Mistlands. It's all something that's purely optional, and it feels optional, but in a good way. It's like it's nice to have that choice, and it's been thought out really well, and it excites me for what we're going to see in the next biomes that are going to make use of it and build upon it. So I think what I really like about Mistlands is all of the new opportunities and like the lore it unlocks for us, how it expands the world in that sort of regard. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Ross,
Really fun.
your limited knowledge,
I was gonna
what's
say,
most
I feel
impressive?
I feel it's too early for me to offer a value opinion. But would you have been as invested into it with these new mana mechanics? I shouldn't call it mana. Mechanics that have been brought in right from the start, or the fact that it's been introduced now? Was this the right time for it?
All right, so Richard has been talking about magic stuff since I started at Iron Gate at some point. So when we were doing Mountains, we wanted to put in magic already there and experiment with it. But we had so many different ideas for it. We had like one idea was like the trophies that you collect, you put them on a sacrifice altar, and then depending on the combination of trophies that you sacrifice, you get magic. But it felt like so complicated and so over the top just to get like a magic spell or whatever. Like we had to take a step back. We did add like magical properties to weapons in Mountains because we wanted silver to be the magical metal, or so to say, and black metal to be the opposite. But we felt like, no, we'll just have to wait for a little bit while longer, and then it just came all together in a good package in Mistlands, because it is like this really, really old place with the magical Jotun skeletons feeding the Yggdrasil roots, and you've got the Dvergr that want the magical essence to ship off-world, but they can't get back to their world because of the Seekers. It fits so much better here than going up into the mountains and mining some silver.
That's a great answer. Yeah,
I do. I love it. I do love the biome. I love it. Like I said, everything is just so, it's so unique and different. It is different. It's not just another a biome that you're gonna roll around in. But then I guess that is true. Valheim, all the biomes are really unique. They're really unique compared to a lot of other games. So yeah. Good GG.
That's one of the things why we changed it up with the biome. How Mistlands used to look like was a bit of a mix of both swamps and black forest. I think it even is the old Mistlands was the black forest
just the swamps
generation
when it was called whatever it was.
And then it just like this is. I think this is a good choice for hiding something in the mist. This is a good landscape for that.
Yeah. So I'll leave you final words then, Grim. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to address or say? Or
plug.
Yeah, plug your video again.
I just want to say that thank you for everyone who was kind enough to not be so negative. And I understand, like, people want to have the update, and the full release is soon here. We just need to iron out all the bugs. We're super happy that a lot of people seem to like it. It's going to be interesting to see how you survive here, what you will be building. Like, one of the things that I've been experimenting a lot with, or one thing that no one has said that much about, is actually the design of Mistlands. What we want you to do in Mistlands, or the main thing, is we want you to get up on top of these cliffs, look for locations up there, and then dive down into the smoke.
So ways to build up, or bridges and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's the building aspect. We haven't spoke about that. I like the black marble. I do. Things like if that door gets added, that would be great. But otherwise, it's still a really solid set. Much more than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought all the screenshots you showed, I thought they were just ruins. But we can effectively build or recreate every one of them ruins nearly. With the marble pieces. The only thing I would say is that marble, I assumed everything would be tickable, and you'd get marble. Like it just.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Everyone thought that as well. But no, we wanted you to go to the petrified bone, and it would be a resource that you just won't get out of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was.
That's another thing I wanted to mention too. Is that it's nice that all of the resources you need in the Mistlands you can find there. Like, you get the scraps of iron and copper.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
really
I've noticed that in the plains or a couple of times. We need just to create something new.
Been great getting the dev perspective. Thanks for
And
sharing
that
that
was
with
when-
us, Jade.
after we did
Boarding a
the
flight. You all have a good one.
exactly, and when we created the giants, I think it was Eric. Like he said, can't they have like a helmet on them as well? And it was already difficult enough trying to get the brain inside the skull for this soft tissue, and that's one of the things I think. Oh, I'm going off topic, but it looks like a lot of people think it's the Dverger camps and the crates that you want to go for, the main source of income for soft tissue, but it's actually not. And we were discussing this a lot because I thought it was like, maybe we shouldn't put them in crates because it might, if you find the crates first, this is what you think, this is how you get soft tissue. But if you find the skull first and you mine it, this is the way you believe should be mined or get your soft tissue. So it's still a little bit conflicting, I think.
Yeah, same, because I
having
did that
it
in my
two
video.
spots.
I said you only get soft tissue from killing divergidors, and then I realised that, oh shit, it's a ton of it in the brain and stuff. Is that something you might iterate on and decide to change or not, do you reckon, before the PTB comes out?
Maybe. We just want it to be very clear. So I think it's very unclear because of the way you can accidentally discover how to get them. And so I don't know, maybe that's something we
Even in
have to
description,
change.
like, oh, soft tissue, I wonder what monstrous creatures could have left it. I don't know.
But that's also the thing is, like, the Dverger are here mining their brains, and they do take them in crates and ship them off world. So
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, yeah,
The black, I didn't realise the black pickaxe was a new item then. It must be, because it's crafted.
It is,
Yeah.
Nobody has actually said it, but yeah, the black pickaxe right there. I brought
Yeah.
one with me. Black metal pickaxe is the new pickaxe.
Yeah, I just guess because we got the black axe, so we've always kind of just mistakenly thought, oh yeah, we've got a pickaxe, right? Because I started using it, I was like, hang on, this costs something else I've got to make to craft it with and stuff. But yeah,
And also with the thin trees, we found that these really thin trees here in Mistlands, we had to add the an alternate attack to the axe that wasn't there before. So you can actually, this hits closer to the ground instead.
right, get some bit done. The
Oh, stumps.
oh, there's one more thing I was going
And
to say.
stumps, yeah.
Is there any? I tried the wishbone. I didn't have much joy in it. Is there any use of the wishbone in this biome?
I don't know if Eric has dug any or put anything in the ground.
I don't.
I'm not sure.
It just
Maybe he has.
yeah. All right, we'll have to test that out anymore. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. So don't keep Grim me later. But thank you so much for joining us, Grim, as always.
Yep, it was fun.
We're gonna have to make this a regular thing, mate. The YouTuber, the
Yeah.
game dev, and the viewers. There you go. We need a catchier title than that, though, people.
Yeah, that doesn't flow very well, to be honest.
Okay, well, Erica, thank you so much for joining us as well.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully, you get some use out of it. I don't know. You're gonna make a shortened video, do you think, or are you gonna just use them answers for your own purposes?
Oh, I think I'll probably do highlights or something.
Yeah, good. Right, so if you want a shortened version with actual answers instead of waffle from me, then you need to absolutely go and click on the pinned channel, and that will take you to Erica's channel, and she will have a video up, I'm sure, in coming days or so, with a shortened version. So you want to hear everything Grim had to say about stuff, go and check that video out, and obviously go and check her out for more of Valheim content and Cozy Farming Simulators action. And Raz, you're all good, aren't you, son? You're just happy to be here.
Just happy to be here, man.
He said that's it. He's loving it. He's loving
Glad to
Valheim.
be included.
He's loving it. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, and I'll be back with more guide tutorials and more as always. Until next time.